Don't let it ever be said that brain damage doesn't suck. I just recorded 10 minutes of really emotional video and didn't have the microphone turned on. So where was I? My guts have settled down a little bit, but I think that's just because things have settled down with my guts, not because things have settled down. They're worse now. I went to town yesterday to find a lawyer to talk to lawyers. What, bird? Jesus. Excuse me, there's a bird in my ear. So, I went to town yesterday to talk to a lawyer I had an appointment with. And about 15 minutes after telling him my life story and extreme details about what's been going on, including the fact that I turned in these growers and they threatened me, the lawyer asked me what growers and all that, and turns out he's representing them. I had a massive panic attack, as you can imagine, although I don't know if you can imagine it. The video I recorded just now without sound, I'm quite upset about what's been going on, about how I've been treated. I really don't think this diary's going to do any good. I don't think there's anybody out there mature enough to understand. And I don't mean that as an insult, not by any means. But I spoke to another lawyer, and he was recommended by my therapist, and I wasn't entirely comfortable with him. But I couldn't get in touch with my therapist, and kind of felt forced into paying him, and I gave him every bit of money I have, and it's not even half of what he wants, and that's not even for the trial, that's just for the pre-trial, that's just to I wish people understood how the justice system works versus how it's supposed to work. You want freedom in this country, you gotta buy it. And that's after they take it away from you illegally. Sorry, this is just too hard. But, I was talking with the attorney. And he mentioned that something was very unusual about the situation. Usually this thing sits on the DA's desk for months, and then they'll issue a order to appear with 21 or more days. He said mine was done rather quickly, like they rushed it through, and they only gave me 7 days to respond, or 9. Yeah, a week, basically. And, you know, I suggested that maybe it was because I had called the officer that arrested me asking about my gun because I wasn't charged. And, that was in late June. That wasn't recently. It was a full month after that they sent the letter. There's only one conclusion I can draw, and this is extremely hard for me because it exposes me and puts my life even more at risk. But what's going on is that I've been stalked and harassed by furries for the last 5 years, since I got rid of a roommate that was taking advantage of me. Took me for $17,000 and physically and emotionally and mentally abused me. Yes, I'm vulnerable, people, come on, I mean, I have dementia. I'm in the same condition as your ailing grandmother who can't remember her own name sometimes. But I don't look that way, do I? So you judge me as not being that way. And that's the problem. And these stalkers, I have done nothing to anyone but post in my own journals. I haven't said anything to anybody, I haven't talked to anybody, I haven't gone anywhere, I haven't done anything to any of these people. They're stalking me and harassing me and doing this because of the things I say in my own journals. I mean, how sick is that? But what's going on is I've tried to prosecute him. I've tried to get him prosecuted. I've tried to get him to stop for years, for 5 years now. Turn him into the FBI, the Internet Crime Complaint Center, local police, the state police, in 3 different states. Nothing has worked. But what's going on is that the reason this was rushed through is because I have a personals ad on a furry website that indicated what my plans were. And it indicated that right about now I'd be going back up to Washington. So that's why things were rushed through. So what that means is that the cops are taking tips from the people I've reported as stalking me. And I realized something today after being harassed by a woman in Montreal, Canada, where I have another ad. And that is that this situation that we're in, if you want to know what's going on, read the book Lord of the Flies. That's what's going on. It's children trying to govern themselves. And all that's wrong, all that's going wrong is exactly as described in Lord of the Flies. This is why I'm becoming a writer. Not an author, a writer. It's why I'm going to write literature. Literature on par with things like Lord of the Flies, because it's literature that reflects and is designed to change the world for the better. And Lord of the Flies is another story like The Matrix, and that's why I'm going to be a filmmaker and writer, because they're both good mediums for this. But Lord of the Flies, you know, in The Matrix, the character I am is not even in the film. He's mentioned. It's the first one to free himself. In Lord of the Flies, I'm the pig, and all you want is my head on the stake. And that's why I need to leave America, because that's what most of you want. And those of you who don't want it are just letting it happen. I'm a strong person. If this is happening to me, what's happening to people that aren't as strong as me? How are they being treated? Try putting yourself in my shoes. Please. Please stop being so cruel to people. Anyway, my plan is to... Well, I don't know what my plans are. I have no money. I can't even afford to stay in the RV park anymore. I don't know what I'm going to do. Just go live in the woods and hope I have enough money for food to make it through the month. I'm going to survive this.